Hi, I'm Michael Wells. When Mom was alive, we lived halfway normal. Now it's just me and my dad, we're less formal. I learned to cook pasta, I learned to pay rent. Learned the world doesn't owe you a cent. You're planning your future, Veronica Sawyer. You'll go to some college and marry a lawyer. But the sky's gonna hurt when it falls, so you'd better start building some walls. Freeze your brain, swim in the ice, get lost in the pain. Shut your eyes tight till you vanish from sight. Let nothing remain. Freeze your brain, shatter your skull, fight pain with more pain. Forget who you are, unburden your load. Forget in 6 weeks, you'll be back on the road. When the voice in your head says you're better off dead, don't open a vein. Just freeze your brain. The first sunset. Well, I was in my mother's arms, and we were visiting Scotland, and my father was still with us then. We'd just been walking for miles, me on my little legs and then on my father's shoulders when I got tired. See, my father was still with us then. And it was so misty, you could hardly tell day was ending. And of course, this is a story that's been, well, told and retold, so one can hardly tell the fact from the fiction. But we came to this break in the path. The path just stopped, and my father, who was still with us then and who was really very brave, he thought he'd jump over the break in the path and then give my mother and me a hand once he was on the other side. It was maybe a 3 or 4 foot ravine, and we were getting hungry, and the day was ending, and so there wasn't much thought. Turning back just didn't seem an option. It would take hours. So he jumped, my father, and we were watching. Because it seemed like this routine thing. Because it was something he did without any fear. That's why when he fell, it took a few moments just to believe it, to take it in. It's not easy to take in something that's going to change your life forever. So he fell. And just like that, my father wasn't with us anymore. And my mother, after she took it all in, after she took in how far down the ravine went, and how far he traveled just so we wouldn't waste a few hours while we were tired and hungry, she cried aloud. And one could argue that when you see a parent cry, childhood ends just like that. But for me, it was a different thing altogether. It was slower. Probably about 15 minutes long. And it happened half an hour or so later when walking back down the path, we saw the sun set.